Most Americans eat out at least once a day, and if you're watching your weight, even if you're eating out, you may still be counting calories. Chances are pretty good your math way off. A new study finds most people underestimate the number of calories in their fast food meals, some by as much as 500 calories. And the likely culprit, all those supersized portions. The study found the smaller the portion, the more accurate people's guesses about just how many calories a meal is packing. So how can you tell what you're really eating? Kathy Nonis is a registered dietitian joining us with a very important lesson in portion control. Great to have you back tonight, Kathy.
Thanks very much for having me.
First, let's talk about those 500 extra calories. What does that amount to over, say, a week or a year?
Well, it actually amounts to about a pound a week.
A week?
A week.
So 52 pounds a year?
Yeah. Well, obviously we're not doing it every night, but yes, that's why we have an epidemic of obesity in this country.
So it sounds like the bottom line is we just don't understand how much we're eating. But a lot of the people they spoke to in this study, they were eating fast food. Everyone in the study, we should point out. For larger people, they tend to eat more, and they tended to overestimate the people with the larger meals. Don't they need more food?
Well, if they want to maintain their weight, yes, but considering we're trying to get a lot of people to lose weight for their health, that's not such a good thing. And a lot of people who are lean are getting fatter, so all in all, we're just eating too much.
Because so many of us are different shapes and sizes, how do I know what's the appropriate portion size for me?
Well, I think you have to separate portion sizes. Originally, portion sizes were made to give you an idea of how much of certain foods you needed in order to kind of complete the nutritional picture, to complete your health. Now portions just have gotten out of hand on everything from ice cream and bread to bagels and sandwiches and everything else, but we don't see huge portions of things like vegetables and things like that, which we're still trying to get America to eat.
So can I use that guideline? You know, we hear, I think it was for a chicken breast should fit in the palm of your hand, or rice should, but everybody's hand is different.
Well, everybody's hand is different, right. So if you were using my hand, yes, my palm is about 3 ounces of meat, but if you've got a big hand, then obviously you're going to have more like 6 ounces. So it's a little bit difficult to do that in portions, although my favorite is the knuckle, which is 100 calories of pie or cake is equal to like 1 knuckle. So
that's
4 knuckles.
Half a bite, Kathy.
Yeah.
So then how do I know? So help put this in perspective. How can we eat better then when we're getting our food outside the home?
Well, you can ask for a smaller plate. You can share your meal. You can expect to take half of it home. You can have half your plate in vegetables with 1/4 of it in starch and 1/4 of it in a lean protein, and then no matter how big your plate is, you're still going to do pretty well.
Okay.
And don't eat while you're distracted. Don't eat in front of the television set. Don't eat out of bags or boxes. Eat on a plate and on a small plate.
So I probably shouldn't eat at my desk either.
No,
probably
you
not a good idea.
shouldn't.
Real
not
quickly,
sanitary either.
No, well, we'll get to that in another segment. Real quickly before we let you go, what are some other common misconceptions? I know we hear sometimes that the salad at the fast food restaurant could be worse for you than the burger and fries. What are some other traps?
Well, the salad's only worse for you because of the dressing you put on. So be careful of the dressing you put on. Also, be careful of things like breads, wraps, and things like that. They often are equal to 3 or 4 breads. Be careful of that lone muffin from the coffee cart because that's sometimes half the calories you need for the day.
Wow.
So again, smaller is better. Think like we did, 40 years ago. Use the slices of bread. Don't use the bagel. Don't use the roll.
Okay.
Think simple.
So like so many things, Kathy, less is more. Always good to have you here.
You'll
Thanks
pay
again.
for what you get. Yeah.